Now we're going to add another type of an association, an aggregation association between vehicles and weight, fuel, axles, and engine. You may recall that aggregation is a part of association. That is, weight is part of vehicles, fuel is part of vehicles, axles is part of vehicles, and engine is part of vehicles. The part of association is such that the whole, these are the parts, and this is the whole. If the whole is destroyed, vehicle is destroyed, then all of the parts are destroyed as well because they are physically attached to and they belong to the whole, which is vehicles in this case. Okay, so to do the aggregation, and I should tell you, the instructions say to try to overlay them on the same line. I don't recommend that you do that. I recommend that you try to make them each separate like this. So to do it, you need to choose the aggregation icon up here, left click on that, and then as always, you're going to start by clicking on vehicles. Let's start up high. Push and hold down the left mouse button, go all the way over like this to engine, and then go down. And now, this is another mistake in the instructions. You have to give them unique names at each end, the role names. These are role names. And you're going to have to make these up. You can choose mine if you want, but we could say something like this. We could say vehicles have an engine, and engines are part of a vehicle, and say okay. And again, to put them in the right place, you might have to move them around a little bit like this. Now, when you do the second one, though, you can't use the same role names because aggregations, each aggregation must have unique role names at each end. So you're going to have to make something else up, something like this. Okay, so I choose aggregation, and I don't want to come in at exactly the same point. Okay, and go down here to axles, and we could say something like this. We could just say vehicles have. That's different than have and. Vehicles have axles, and axles are under, for example, vehicle, and say okay. And then again, if you want to make it nice, you can do something like this. And then continue that for fuel and for vehicles. Vehicles contain fuel. Fuel powers vehicles. And then finally for weight, vehicles have mass. Weight characterizes vehicles. Okay, so when you're done, you might look something like this. Don't forget to save your diagram file. Save. In the next two videos, we'll begin to introduce and add attributes that are data characteristics of the classes, and methods, which are behaviors of the classes.